Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Derek Austin's Level Up Travel. You know I love to talk about points, miles, rewards, credit cards in general. You know I love to talk about cash back. You know I love to talk about the programs like the airline programs, the hotel programs, the credit card programs. And I love to talk about travel. And today I want to talk about one of the, definitely my top two, and I think for most people it will be the #1 card out there. In the United States, in this great time of credit cards in general, and this is really probably the top dog, okay? The VentureX. Really, one of my favorite cards. I've been touting this card for a long time before it came out. When it came out, a lot of the credit card gurus, the mainstream guys, are really getting on the card now. You guys, you know I was on this card for a long time. It's an amazing card. So let's get right down into this credit card and talk about it. So first off, one of the great things about this card is it can be paired with the Saver One. I have a video that I've recently done talking about the Capital One bifecta. I think it's called Forget the Trifecta. Talk about the bifecta. Add it with the Saver One, and you get 3x on dining dining, grocery stores, 10x on Uber and Uber Eats. Fantastic combination along with your VentureX card, and we're going to get into where you can earn there, but the main part is that you get 2x on every purchase, okay? But there's some other stuff that we'll get into a little bit more into it. So the VentureX, and I'm kind of referencing, just to keep my thoughts straight, with the Points Guys article written in November 2nd, 2022, and it was by Chris Dong. So let's get right into it. So Capital One VentureX, one of the things about it right away is it has a $395 annual fee, the lowest annual fee out of all the premium cards. And the ones that the mainstream ones that I'm going to talk about is the Chase Sapphire Reserve and the American Express Platinum cards, both with much higher annual fees, and makes it a lot harder to recuperate your annual fee. The Capital One VentureX makes it really easy to recoup your annual fee. So let's talk about that first right away. It's justified as $395 annual fee for annual fee people or people that don't like to pay annual fees. Okay, so right away you get a $300 credit that you have to use through the travel portal. Okay, the travel portal is really good. It is a little bit restrictive that you have to go through the travel portal, but you can easily book flights or hotels or rental cars through this and get the $300 credit. Hopefully, you are a person that does like to travel a little bit, at least once a year, and you'll easily recoup that money with that $300 credit. The other part is not in year one when you first get it, but in starting the first year that you have to re-up the card, the renewal, you will get 10,000 Capital One miles. It can be transferred out of partners. You can get much more value out of that, but you can just redeem it on the Travel Eraser and get a $100 credit towards travel, and that will get you to $400 above your $395 annual fee every single year. They're giving that to you, okay? So it gives you a profit of $5 just to keep the card every single year, and now you're on house money, okay? If you guys don't know about house money is like when if you're gambling, you're way ahead. Say you started with $100 and now you're up $1,000, that $1,000 that you're up is house money, because you started with 100, now you got 1,100, and that is all their money. So you could just try to make this into a fortune, instead of just keeping it $1,000, right? And if you do lose 1,000, then you still have that $100 that you had in the beginning. The house money is all the stuff that you were using. So this is kind of the situation with the Capital One. So right away, I think any good credit card, especially a credit card that you're calling the best of the current credit cards in 2022 and going into 2023, it has a great bonus, 75,000 point bonus for $4,000 spent. Could be worth, if you just do it for statement credits, $750. But if you do it for travel, it could be worth thousands. Easily could be worth. I've gotten a flight recently for 10,000, working 10 cents per point. That would make this 75,000 point bonus worth $7,500. That's just an example of, if you really put your mind to it and try to figure out like a long haul business class flight using the partners, that can happen. That actually was with Avios. Iberia Avios, which you can transfer over from British Avios, and that is one of the partners with Capital One. So that's just an example of what you could do. But you can also just easily just get $750. But if you want $7,500 of value on a flight, that can happen. Okay, so that's what's so awesome about cards like this and the Capital One program. Great program. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about, we got through the sign up bonus. Let's talk about the benefits, okay? The benefits, besides the things I just talked about with the $300 credit and the 10,000 point anniversary bonus every year to cover your annual fee. Now we're starting, again, now we're on house money. Now you get lounge access, you get a priority pass, not just for you, but your authorized users. Amazing. Now the priority pass has been downgraded a little bit. No more restaurant lounges and spa lounges inside the airports. Now it's just the actual lounges. But there's more to the Capital One program than just priority pass. You also have Capital One lounges. Not too many out there right at this moment, but they're constantly building out, and they are trajectory. I can tell they're trying to make it like the American Express Centurion lounges, where they build out a big network. They're really nice. And it's something that is valuable. You get in with your VentureX card, not your priority pass on that. And you also get access to Plaza Premier, where other priority passes have cut that. So you actually get in with your VentureX card on that. Fantastic, especially outside the United States, and they are starting to build their network, the Plaza Premier, inside the United States, which some more access for Capital One lounges in the airports. Really awesome. Okay, so I talked about the authorized users. You get unlimited authorized users for no money, but up to 4 authorized users get their own priority pass. That's crazy. These things are worth like $500. So right there, you can easily get $2,500 worth of priority passes. This card is broken, all right? It's broken in your favor. House money, and now you're getting all this stuff that we already talked about. Here's some more stuff. Rental car status with Hertz, top tier status. And the funny thing is, whatever, I've used it plenty of times. I've always got I've usually booked, I have to book for, especially for work, intermediate cars, always get upgraded to at least a small SUV, okay? Every single time I've rented with them. Really fantastic. And this year, they actually sent me an email just recently that I could get to gift. That was for Hertz, right? So I already had the President's Club Circle status. They said you can now you can gift it for 1 year to anyone that you want, and I did gift it to someone. So that's really awesome. So the next thing is global entry and pre-check, TSA pre-check, $100. Nice, but I mean, every card has it. You might, if you could use it, but I'm not going to give too much credit. Trip cancellation trouble. This is all the stuff with the Visa Infinite, the insurances. Trip cancellation interruption insurance, fantastic, up to $2,000 per person. Really awesome. We'll cover not just the flights that you have that maybe say the flight got canceled, but also the hotels maybe that are not refundable, or anything in between that is not refundable. You can make a claim for this because your trip was canceled by the airline or interrupted. So the trip delay reimbursement also up to $500, and that's on 6 hours or more. If the flight is delayed, then you can start making a claim on that, booking hotels, food, toiletries, whatever you got to do to get by. Make sure the delay a little bit better, kind of gets you whole more. All right, so lost luggage reimbursement, really nice, $3,000 per covered trip, and that's if it's damaged or they lose if the airline loses your bags, damages or loses your bags. Cell phone protection, which is not common on these cards all the time, but yeah, $800 per claim. You get to make 2 claims per year in a 12-month period. Really nice, and the deductible is only $50 per occurrence. Really awesome to cover your cell phone insurance, your cell phones. And not only that, you just have to pay it, and then you get 2X on it, which is not normal. Most of the cards that have this rental car protection, cell phone protection, do not get 2X or 2% back. It's usually, or 2X back especially, of very valuable miles, usually getting 1X, or you're very much lower than the 2X on the VentureX. So it's really nice. Primary rental car insurance, really nice, up to $75,000 in collision or theft to your auto rental. This is a collision damage waiver. It's only used for the car though. It's not for liabilities and stuff. Other things can cover you for that. Don't worry so much about it. But it does go above your insurance and first to make a claim there. It doesn't go on your insurance for that claim of the actual rental car. Outside the United States, it's not a big of a deal. Inside the United States, where you have your own insurance, it is because it goes first. Outside the United States, secondary or primary rental car coverage goes first because your coverage that you have in the United States does not cover. Okay, so there it will. It'll be. It doesn't really matter as much, but inside the United States, it's really definitely helps and gives you some more peace of mind. They sell those protections right when you're at the rental car for at least $12 per day. So it's really nice to have. Now they also have purchase, extended warranty, and return protections. Up to $10,000 per claim on purchase protection, and $50,000 per year on your account and purchases. Pretty great. Warranties, extended warranty by 1 year. So if you have a 3-year warranty for like the refrigerator, big refrigerator you bought, now you get an extra year. It's 4 years instead of 3. You also get a return protection of $300 per claim and up to $1,000 per account per year. That's pretty great. So if you buy something that's around $300, you can return it even if the store does not let you return it. You just put a claim in with Capital One, and they're going to do it. Those were really benefits that come with Visa Infinite cards, which is the top tier for Visa. Let's see about some other points that are really cool. We talked about that already. How to earn with Capital One. So the great part about this card is first you have a simple 2x on every purchase. Okay, fantastic. That is really great. I remember people complaining all the time. I wish that my platinum card would get 2x. I wish my on every purchase. I wish my Chase Sapphire Reserve would get 2x on every purchase and then get those bonuses on everything. This card has that, so it's really fantastic. You know what's also cool about is if you have like for me, a wife, or for you maybe a partner or someone that actually uses your card too. It could be kids and stuff like that. They might not like want a different card for like every category like we have, right? As real people that really think about their rewards, right? You're like, this card could be worth 3x on this, 4x on this, but this category. Grocery stores gets 3. This card is the one you use for grocery stores. This is the one you use at Target. This you could just give to that person that doesn't really want to put all the effort like you do. But at the same time you are getting 2x, so you're like, just use this on everything. That is one thing that I think is really cool about it. Okay, the other categories are pretty great. 5 miles per dollar spent booking flights to the Capital One portal. Really nice, because flights, it doesn't really matter where you book them. You're getting status if you're trying for status with an airline, and you're getting 5x, which competes with the top one like American Express Platinum Card, and you're getting all those travel protections, just actually better travel protections, I think, than the Platinum Card has when you're booking those flights. So it's really cool. 10 miles per dollar spent on Turo, which is pretty cool. Turo is like the rental car Airbnb. It's other people's cars, they put it out there. Turo is basically just a company that facilitates it like Airbnb. And then you get 10 miles per dollar spent. It's kind of like maybe a little bit more important now because the rental car companies don't have so many cars and stuff like that. But so far I haven't really seen too much of a difference in price. They also they'll book a 10-year-old car. They'll book exotic cars more, that kind of thing, which is kind of cool. People put up their Lambo out there. You can go rent it, for a day. It might be like $3,000 or something like that, but you can rent it, right? Go show off a little bit or have some fun with that car. Maybe you just, one of your life's ambitions that you never got to drive it and you don't think you'll be able to afford one in your lifetime, but hey, I can go rent it for a day. And maybe that'd be like a 40th birthday or 50th birthday present or something like that, But anyway, let's get a little sidetracked there. But also 10 miles per dollar spent on hotels, which is cool for free agents. Maybe not as good if you're a loyalist and trying to get status with a hotel and use your perks that maybe you already do have. It's really good for rental cars booked with, and then you also get 10 cars on rental cars booked through the Capital One's travel portal. That's actually pretty good because that doesn't really matter where you book it either. So really cool. Now, how do you redeem it? So one way you redeem Capital One miles, the simplest way, all right, not the best way, but you can just use Travel Eraser. After you make a travel purchase, whenever you want, after that, it stays for like 3 months. You can just, for 1 cent per point, so say $750 of travel purchases, you can book, and you had 75,000 points, that will erase that and you'll have no more points left, but that will cover $750. 75,000 points. Okay, that's the example that I'm using. You can also use it on their travel portal at 1 cent per point to book travel on that. And again, same thing, but now you're doing it up front instead of doing it on the back end like you're doing with Travel Eraser. Very similar. I kind of like to, I would prefer to use the purchase eraser if I'm doing that way. Now the great way, the way you can get tons of value is doing it through transfer partners. I'm just going to go over the transfer partners real quick, and I'm going to give you an example of how powerful this can be, okay? Aero Mexico Premium Club, not very good at 1-to-1. All of them are 1-to-1 unless I say they're not 1-to-1, okay? So Aero Mexico Club, not very good. Air Canada Aeroplan, great program. You get a lot of value of that. Air France KLM, sometimes you can get some good value. Avianca Life Miles, you can get great value out of it. Core Life Miles, not the greatest one. That's like 2-to-1, 2 Capital One miles to 1 Core miles. It really ends up being that the point is worth 1 cent per point, okay? British Airlines Avios, great one. Cathay Pacific, pretty good one. Choice Privileges Hotels is pretty good in certain spots like Europe and Japan. Could be very good there. Emirates Skywards, great one. Etihad Guest is a great one. Ava Infinity, first of all, it's not 1-to-1, it's 2-to-1.5, not in your favor, and it's not, I don't think it's that great of a program anyway. Finnair Plus, not the greatest one. Qantas is okay, not too many options there, but Singapore, KrisFlyer is a really good one, 1-to-1. TAP Air Portugal, a very unique one, and a pretty decent one, 1-to-1 in certain spots. I used to think this is a better one, but now I'm kind of thinking it's not. Turkish Airline Miles has a lot of value in 1-to-1. I have a video on that one too. I have a video on a lot of these. Virgin Atlantic's another one. 1-to-1, great for business class flights, especially to a lot of places. Wyndham Rewards is okay, 1-to-1. And also using it at Vacasa, the Wyndham Rewards really becomes a little bit better value. But here's the other thing about Capital One. They also often have transfer bonuses on these. So example, instead of 1-to-1, they'll give you like 1-to-1.25 in your favor, like a 25% boost to your transfer bonus. Happens all the time with their program. Really, I think maybe the best program at this, even maybe better than American Express, because they seem to do it on all of theirs at one point. Some are more frequent, but they do it on all of them. I've seen it on pretty much all of them. So that's really, really good. So I'll give you an example. I got 10 cents per point booking with Avios, so it's British Airlines miles. I transferred my British Airlines miles you can do to Iberia Airlines miles, and I booked it from Madrid to Dallas, right? 62,500 points. That ticket is worth a little over, a little more than 10 cents per point, but then with the fees, it ends up being 10 cents per point. It was like $6,800, but I had like $600 in fees or something like that. Actually $300 in fees. And for me and my wife, that's why I say that. But yeah, I get 10 cents per point. All right, long story short. If you got that bonus, right, that 75,000 point bonus, that could be worth $7,500. Okay, that's the power of, and I got that, okay? It could be done. I've also got 5 cents per point recently, so that will be a little bit less. It'll be $3,200 for that 75,000 point bonus. 3,200, still sick, right? Still sick value. Much better than Purchase Eraser, $750, right? So really, really great. That's one of the great parts about this program. And other programs are just right up there with them, like American Express and Chase. But yeah, Capital One's with them as well. So really, really good. I really love the program. Really competes with the American Express Platinum, but at a cheaper rate. Really competes with the Chase Sapphire Reserve, but at a cheaper rate. Really, really great card. And again, you can pair it with the Saver One, and then you can get bonuses on eating out, grocery stores, entertainment, and that's a no annual fee card. So there's no annual fee. Both cards have no foreign transaction fees. Of course, the VentureX doesn't, and no Capital One card does. So when you pair it with that card too, which is also important that you have another option, one for another sign-up bonus, and two, that you can pair these cards together and just get stupid value and get it over to the Capital One miles and get outstanding value. This card is, I think, the best card of the year for everybody. I think it's a tie for me personally with my U.S. Bank Altitude Reserve, but that is not available to most of the country where the VentureX is, okay? Yeah, that's it for the video, guys. What do you guys think about the VentureX? Are you guys coming along? Are you gonna be a person that says, oh, this is like a, subprime premium card or something like that? Because, that's done, I think that's lost. I think they've made the leaps and bounds to make this a great card, great program. All the cards are really just fantastic with Capital One. And man, great program, great cards. Please give me a thumbs up if you liked the video. Please subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification, so every time I do come out with a video, you'll be the first to know. Have a great one, guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.